Hi, it's Dr. Masha here. Today I would like to talk about the most important main rule of self-healing. It's an interesting concept. Unfortunately, I feel that we're not taught this. But this is the most important information, right? If you think about it. Let me proceed and share with you more. How often do we hear from people or ourselves, and I hear it from patients, then when you ask a question about their condition, or let's say some kind of health issue, what are you going to do? A lot of times you hear people say, well, they want me to do surgery. They want me to take this medication. And it doesn't actually have to be only allopathic medicine, right? It could be naturopaths, acupuncturists, could be massage therapists, right? They want me to get these massages every week. The chiropractor wants me to get adjustments twice a week. So we just say that somebody wants us to do something, or they recommend, we say they recommend, right? How often do we hear a person would say, well, I'm going to take this medication and see how you feel, or I'm really excited about doing this surgery and I think I'm going to feel really well after it. Or people would say, oh, I'm sure I'll conquer it. Or they would say, well, I'm determined to change my diet and sleep patterns, and that will help me get better, right? So it's interesting how we feel that we don't know about our bodies, or we don't know our bodies that well, but somebody else has the expertise, right? I hear sometimes patients say, well, I don't have the medical experience, expertise. I don't even know how thyroid looks like, right? Or where thyroid is located. But these days it's kind of more, these days it is easier to find the information. And of course, you hear it less due to the internet, right? But still, patients feel like that they don't know it, their own body, but somebody else does because they went to school, maybe they've been practicing for 20 years, right? But what about if we take it all away? Even natural medicine, right? I mean, herbs and homeopathy and diet, just take it all away and then say how I can heal myself. What should I do? How I can reconnect with myself? Yes, I don't know how the ovary looks exactly anatomically, or don't know how exactly that particular organ looks, but how can I reconnect with myself and heal it? So the most important rule is to acknowledge that this issue has been caused by my own actions, my own thoughts, right? So I own it. I possibly caused the imbalance that led to this health issue. In other ways, taking responsibility for your health, right? I am responsible. And since I'm responsible and I did something in my life that caused this imbalance, I can fix it. All right. There are so many situations where it's actually not, not something that is just some kind of accidental physical issue. Nothing is accidental, even the accidents themselves. For example, if somebody tells you, well, I broke my foot, and you start listening to their story, and turns out to be they're so busy in life, their life is so hectic that in a way the higher self, the body, is longing for rest, and so the leg breaks, the foot breaks, and then the person has to lay down and be in bed for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, right? Oh, it could be shorter period of time, but then in a way, it was something that was told to a person that, hey, we need rest. The higher self, the soul, or it could be a chronic issue, right? Something has been going on for a while, but why is there a chronic issue? Sinuses, right? Why is there such a reaction of the body to something, right? Maybe it's nothing in the air. Maybe it's not even allergens. What is going on? Is somebody aggravating you? Why is this fluid accumulating? Why it's not leaving the body, right? So you start thinking, what is around me? What are my relationships, right? So to make this video shorter, again, the most important role of self-healing is to take responsibility over this problem and to think about it. And resolution of this issue could lead to resolution of this problem, right? So you can actually do both things. If you're having conflict with somebody and that caused pain or imbalance in you, you can address that person by talking to them and decrease the propensity for a conflict. And then at the same time, this less negativity, less low vibrations, less worrying about it will be healing you from this particular pain. So it's quite amazing, right? And I wish we would all do it. And then the medicine will be based on that. Well, we'll talk more about it later. And I wish everybody a great day. And thank you for tuning in.